Today we're going to explore the tragic tale of Joseph Stalin. Joseph Vissarionovich Stalin was the dictator of the country of the USSR. In my opinion, I see him as the most influential dictator of all time. Part 1 will be this video. I'm going to explore his childhood. Let's get started. Joseph Stalin was born on December 18th of 1879 in the country of Georgia. Georgia was then part of Russia. Stalin's Georgian name was Joseph Stalin. As a young man, Stalin became interested in communism. Communists believed that all citizens should share their country's wealth, depending on their abilities and needs. In 1903, the Communists of Russia split into two groups, Bolsheviks and Mensheviks. Stalin joined the Bolsheviks. Their leader was Vladimir Lenin. And fun fact, the Mensheviks was the majority, even though that meant minority. In Bolshevik it meant majority, but majority was not minority. Stalin's father, Vissarion, was a cobbler with his own business in Gori. He was fluent in Russian, Georgian, Armenian, and Turkish. In 1872, he married Stalin's mother, the 17-year-old Kitavan Galedz, a deeply religious peasant serf. Remember, at this time, many people were serfs. The couple's first two sons died shortly after birth, causing Vissarion to develop a drinking problem. When Joseph Stalin was born with a number of birth defects, including 2 conjoined toes, Vissarion's alcoholism may have been to blame. Obviously, that doesn't, just because that happened to him, doesn't mean we can excuse him from the stuff he did. He killed 20 million people alone. He just let them all starve. It was his own people. He didn't care. But we'll say this contributed to a lot of why he was like this. He had a very violent childhood. By the time Stalin was born in 1878, both of his parents had deep-seated plans for how he should mature. So basically, his mother was Orthodox Christian, I believe, and wanted him to grow up to be religious. The father wanted him to grow up as a cobbler. Now, obviously, he doesn't do those, but he would go through a lot of abuse. Like, one example was when Stalin's father repeatedly returned to abduct him from school, forcing him to do a shoe factory. And basically, if he didn't, it would go pretty bloody. His childhood was punctuated by violence and misfortune. His face deeply scarred by smallpox at the age of 7, and later in life, photographs altered the height of disfigurement. The beatings of father also became so severe, sometimes had blood in his urine. Imagine that. This is 10 years old. He's bleeding urine. His urine's blood. His left arm became disfigured through illness, fighting, or abuse, causing 2 inches shorter than his right. Finally, at 12 years, Stalin was seriously injured for the coalition with a horse-drawn carriage, requiring months of rehabilitation. Yeah, really, really terrible. But everything would change when he meets one special man, Lenin. Now, Lenin was a controversial figure, but he was able to inspire many and would acquire a large group of people. One of them was Stalin, and then he joins the Bolsheviks. In 1917, there would be another Bolshevik revolution where they would finally win, and soon Stalin would now have to compete to see if he could become the next dictator, as Lenin's health was digressing. We'll see next time on part 2 of what would happen. Now we'll see his rise to power and his hungry dictatorship. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Have a great day.